Good afternoon, family. Happy Wednesday. So yeah, it is reading time. Oh, little buggies. I don't know what's over here, but they like it over here. Anyways, you know where I'm at. Gotta let y'all see my scenery. Not too great, but I like it over here because it's quiet. Don't nobody be over here with me. And that's how I like to keep it. No energy interception. So yeah, I didn't feel like getting all dressed up today, so I'm out here with my fro. So yeah, let's get to this reading. I don't really have that much space on my phone. I gotta delete some stuff apparently, some apps or something. So, sorry, switching this camera. Let's see. Hope maybe I could take this out my ear and you guys can still hear me because it's kind of quiet out here. So, we'll see at the end of this video, I guess. Anyways, how y'all doing out there? I know this, all these retrogrades from the month of July. Yeah, coming out of timeout. That's what y'all feeling right now. But, yeah, coming out of the month of July, a lot of chaos, a lot of drama. A lot of you guys are probably feeling real relieved to be in the month of August because the energy is a little bit different. There's like a power-up energy that's in play right now. And that goes. So, yeah, I know y'all happy about that. We got Uranus going into Mercury retrograde on August 7th. So, you know, just another purge. Some would say the final purge of 2018 before the abundance period. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and from this deck, I want to pull 3 cards. This is again that mermaid deck from the last one. I am going to use different cards today though, but in this moment I want to use just 3 cards from this deck because this is my spiritual deck. And last 2 shuffles. Oh, that got rid of those bugs. Thanks. All right. Bottom of the deck, we have Yamaya. She is Mother Earth. She is the birth of everything. Everything comes through her. And she's upright. Pull it in. She's upright. So right now, this is Mother Earth reclaiming herself in its most general sense for the collective. So this is a good thing. We'll go into depth, and I'll try to play back off of that end card throughout the rest of the reading just to see what its overall meaning is because it's a really good card. So, first card is the Magic of the Colleen Druid. It's in reverse. Now, this is the card of like secrecy and weary, but it's in reverse. So, we're coming out of that energy. Next card we got is Sisterhood, Friendship, Allies, Joy, Delight, Loyalty. And finally, the Crane Bag. This is great. This is the declutter card, like getting rid of anything that does not fit in with your truth, with who you are, with your soul. Yeah. Which is probably why Yamaya is here. Matter of fact, I might just read from the book on this one, just so you guys know her power. Or why she even exists. And how you connect to her. To it. Her. Whatever. It's energy. Okay. Okay, so the card that came first, and by the way, when I do the 3 cards, sometimes the energy can have a past, present, future, past, present, outcome type of energy. So that could be what's happening here. Again, this is a general reading, so I will try to keep it as general as possible, but I got to keep the video really short. So the first card we got was, again, the Magic of the Colleen Druid card, and it is in reverse. So in reverse, this is someone who doesn't want to take into consideration the energy vibration that they are giving off in pursuit of whatever it is that they are wanting and needing in this physical world. There is a sense of only saying enough and saying what they think someone wants to hear in order to gain what it is they're looking to gain out of this situation. But the issue is not seeing anything wrong in that way of going about things, and why it's necessary for caution to come into play. Or maybe there's even a group of people right now tuning in that has realized this and has taken notice to the need of being cautious and putting a little bit more weary into the situation. This is a number 9 card. Number 9 is a growth card. Number 9, the angel number, to me is about growth and building and taking the necessary time to observe and reflect upon the past and the lessons that have been learned over time that has made you who you are today. Like what has made you whole in this moment. Okay? So we'll do clarifiers on that card. I'm going to use a different deck today. This one is Doreen Virtue and Rodley Valentine. They're called the Angel Guide cards. They're kind of big and thick. They're not my favorite deck. I think this was like one of my first ones, but they're not my always go-to. But today, for whatever reason, I had a feel that I needed to use these. So let's see. Let's get a clarifier for the Magic of Colleen Druid. What are we needing to honor? Or what did we need to honor from this situation? Yeah, this energy has like a manipulating feeling to it, like selfish pursuits, you know. Not to say that the intention wasn't ultimately well to them. However, the way a group of you guys out there are going about it isn't quite helpful to your soul and who you are and the healing that's necessary in the process. That's what I'm feeling. Yeah, there's a feeling of needing to just go within. Oh, there was a feeling that a group of you guys felt like you need to go within, or maybe this is what you're doing right now. You're going within. So we'll pull a few clarifiers from this in just a moment. Yeah. Whatever this is, whatever this energy is, it's blocking creativity, or it was blocking creativity and abundance for a group of you guys out there. Bottom of the deck, we have the Open Your Heart card. It's in reverse, though. Okay, I can kind of see it now. Somebody's calling. Okay, sorry about that. So, it's the Open Your Heart card. And upright, you know, you see a king and a queen, and the king is like staring into the eyes of the queen. Like, you can tell, like, this guy, like, truly adores this person. But ultimately, this energy is in reverse. So upright, it says allow love to grow and blossom all around you. You're waiting for this emotional, fulfilling existing for such a long time, and now the time has come. Make your choices by listening to your heart and then following the steps you're guided to take. Joy would lead you to a vibrant and healthy lifestyle. So ultimately, because this card came out, because any card could have came out, this is the energy that is knocking at your door. But the reason why it's in the reverse is because your heart, or someone, or there's a group of people out there whose heart that's not truly open. They're not really open to this energy, maybe because of past experiences, etc. Now, this doesn't always have to apply with just love. This can be applied in business as well. This can be applied in family situations. But there's a sense of having a closed approach to whatever the situation is, and not relying on your intuition and insight. It's like either choosing not to realize what's being done wrong in the situation, or just not sitting still long enough to actually reflect upon your motives, a group of you guys out there, your motives, or the other person's motives. There hasn't been the proper sit down for such. And this is a major arcana. This is the number 6 card, and it's in reverse. So the number 6 card it's the card of, you should be doing something right now. You know that there's something that you should be doing, but you're not doing that. You're not doing that. So maybe there's a group of people out there that knows about this secrecy, knows about this sorcery, knows about this weary, but chooses to turn a blind eye to it. Like having the insight, having the intuition, and just, going to sleep with it on their brain, but then waking up like everything's okay when it's not. When your soul's not happy. Because you're choosing not to pay attention to the intuition and insight. Okay, so this card was the card I was going to pick up, so I'll leave it there. Guardian of Emotion. So the Guardian of Emotion, this situation requires emotional maturity and total trust. You are surrounded by those who have only the best intentions, so you can rely on the advice that you are given. Challenges will be resolved. This card also indicates a generous, humanitarian, and refined person whom you can completely depend on. This could be a reference to these characteristics within yourself, or this can be in reference to characteristics within someone that you know. So, perhaps you guys do have, a group of you guys do have people or a person around who intentions are well. And you are choosing to disregard that, perhaps? I don't know. Let's see. I was going to pull 3, so we'll do that. Yeah. This is coming out later, which is Healer of Thought. It's like a declutter card. Yeah, it's time to clean up your life for a group of you guys out there. It's time to get rid of anything that's making you feel disorganized. Or maybe that was the energy of the past. Like there was just, that things were getting really overwhelming and was not allowing you to do the things that you know that you needed to do, that were a part of your soul's desires. And there was time, you needed some things to happen in this last moon cycle. Maybe even further back. I'm going to say 30 to 90 days back. There were some things that you needed to experience in this time period to kind of help you get back into organizing your goals, your beliefs, where you're wanting to take things, what's your plan. And people who take from you and don't give back, you got to release. You got to release them. Yeah, so this goes back to that caution, manipulation energy that I felt from the very beginning of the reading. Like, if there's someone around you who's taking and not giving, that's not right. That's not fair energy. There's karma in alignment with that too. And if that's something that you guys are experiencing, you need to release. Let that go. Let that go. Yeah. You or another person involved in the situation is wise and is insightful and caring and has a wonderful sense of humor and offers a lot to life experiences. So, and it's interesting because the card that follows that one was the Eight of Emotions. And Eight of Emotions is leaving a love behind. Deciding to become emotionally detached from anything that's getting in the way of where your soul is trying to take you. Eight of Cups. Now, it's upright, so there's a... I see it as a good card. Like, sometimes sacrifice is necessary. And if it's for the betterment of where you're going, or for what it is, for whatever it is that you ask the universe, whatever it is that you ask the universe for, the universe is trying to pave the way for that. So there's a cleansing process, a purging process that has to be done, a ridding of anything that does not align with where the universe is trying to take you. And that's what the energy of the Eight of Cups is given, or the Eight of Emotions for the Doreen Colleen, whatever, Colleen Doreen deck, whatever. Doreen Virtue deck, sorry. So yeah, so this card says you feel a deep longing for something meaningful in your life. In your heart, you know that there's more out there, and it may be time to switch careers. Move into a new home, move into a new city, initiate some important changes. Do whatever is right for you in seeking out this magical life in which you are dreaming about. Totally ties into what I just said. So don't be afraid to release. Like, please, this guardian of an emotion, like, watch your heart. Like, watch what you're doing right now, because it's blocking you. Not getting away from this secrecy and worry is blocking you from opening your heart in the way that's necessary. Or, like I said, this could be the past that we're reading at this given moment. So this might be the energy that you're coming out of. Yeah. So let's just move on into the next card. And this is, we're going to call this our present situation. And I love this card. I love the energy of this card because it resonates with me right now. And I'm sure I'm going to give it this example because I feel like a lot of you guys are going to resonate. Or a good handful of you guys are going to resonate. So this card is the sisterhood card. So this is about friendships, allies, compatible souls, loyalty, joy, delight, happiness, like being around your tribe, And so that's the present energy in the moment. Finding like-minded individuals who kind of speak the same language as you. Like, that's what's happening. I think this is happening in the collective as a whole right now because of all of the planetary shifts that's happening. It's kind of bringing people that need to be together right now because of where we're headed as a universe, especially on planet Earth, or Gaia, is that what they call it? Mother Earth. I'm learning the language as I go, but yeah. So when I look at this card, it's three girls. They're like sitting around. There's fishes all around. So fishes for me is like new birth, new life. That could be to projects, ideas, actual life. Women, we produce babies. We are the womb to human existence on this planet. So and there's light shining on it. Like, these people are learning from each other. So I have to use the example from yesterday. Yesterday I was filming with a Fox network, and three young ladies that I ended up meeting, end up having this energy, this sisterhood, like, wait a minute, where have you guys been all my life type of vibe. And I specifically remember one of my questions, or one of the things that I wanted from out of this, in my existence on this planet, is finding like-minded individuals, because I've always felt different. I've always felt like, especially when I was younger, I was definitely being somebody that I wasn't. I can honestly admit that because it's a part of my testimony now as an adult. But I never felt like I had people who were like me, like weird and different, and not following trends and didn't follow whatever society says was okay to dress and say and do, that type of energy. And yesterday blessed me. So I appreciate having to go to being on set. So let me tell you how the day started though. So real quick, I was running late because of Wacka Drive. And if you've been in Chicago, then you know what I mean when I say Lower Wacka Drive is like, unless you're from that area, it's frustrating to have to travel on Lower Wacka Drive. And anyway, it added 10 minutes on to my car's going. I'm supposed to have my lip gloss on top of it. But anyway, I was supposed to have. There we go. Sorry, guys. Anyways, it added on 10 minutes to my drive time, which made me about 12 minutes late. So I pull in, hop out. Now, the email that I got the night before, this was a learning experience for me. I didn't read all the way. And it says, as soon as you get off, there's a shuttle outside that's going to be waiting. It'll take you over to your location. So I get off. I park my car in the parking garage, and I come out and get to walking. Put the address in my GPS, and it says 32 minutes. I'm like, no way. Maybe it's just catching up. So I just keep walking because I'm knowing that as long as I head towards Lake, I'm good. So I get to Lake Street, which is about 10 minutes into my walk, and I'm like, wait a minute, let me check this email. This don't make no sense. I still got 22 minutes of walking, and I'm tired. So I look at my email, and it says, boom, there's a shuttle outside. So I had to turn around, walk right back to where I came from, and I get on the bus, embarrassed, thinking like, oh my God, everyone's gone. I'm going to be the only one walking in there late. And I wasn't. I ended up meeting these 3 young ladies. There was actually 4. The other young lady, she had some other friends there, so she kind of went along her way, but her energy was amazing too. However, the 3 ladies that I ended up spending the entire day with kind of like just changed my whole focus. Like, usually I go there, I'm like thirsty for film time, trying to get into camera space whatever way I can, and I was not on that. I was so involved into the level of thinking of these young ladies, might I add. They were young. When I say young, I mean between the ages of 24 and 29. And they are far along in their thinking versus some of the people that I know personally that's my age and older. So it was definitely a breath of fresh air to be around what I feel are tribal members. And shout out to my homegirl, Madison J out there. She is world known, and she's a media guru, media mogul. You look, Google her, you'll find her. I think right now she's out in the UK, but yeah, she got this thing called Soul Sisters. I think it's Soul Sisters Saturdays, or just maybe Soul Sisters. It's her new brand. And yeah, we finding our tribe. We are finding our tribe, guys. So I don't even think I need no clarifier for that card, because that card just like says so much in itself. Like, especially looking at the card next to it and knowing the energy that we coming from. That card is just saying like, yeah, you want to be happy, peace, harmony. You want to be able to be around be around people who don't necessarily think exactly like you do, but understand you for who you are and allow you to be free. Be yourself. No judgment. There's no room for that. Not when you convening around people that you want to call friends. And I can honestly say it took me a long time, very long time, hell, almost 32 years to understand the value in friendship. So I can appreciate this sisterhood card, because this is a growing process for me too. Yeah. So yeah, we just get a clarifier just to see the energy behind it. Flash up. some of these cards some of these decks I don't use as often because they have this like love tone often, and I try to keep things more in a spiritual general sense. But I mean, I would be in denial if I didn't admit that a lot of us are, everything is felt on a heart level. So this isn't necessarily about intimate relationships. This is just about people that love one another. And so I got 3 cards, which were the 9 of Abundance, which is the 9 of Pentacles. That is wishful thinking. Not even wishful thinking, just knowing that whatever it is that you want, as long as you're putting in that work and being genuine in your pursuit, you're gonna get what it is that you are in pursuit of. That there is nothing that you need to do in excess to get that, besides work towards that. Do what makes you happy. You know what they say, you do what you love, you'll never work another day in your life. Like, yeah, that type of energy. That's what the 9 of Abundance has. It's like, life is great, I live life on my own terms. Like, yeah, that type of energy. Like, that's what you're wanting, and you are in pursuit, baby, out there for like-minded people who think similar. You know, there's a sense of peace. There's a great sense of peace and contentment that comes from this card. Like, the lady, she's sitting on the swing, swinging back and forth, like, da 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 da. Life is great, you know. So it's just, this card is asking you to take the time to enjoy every moment, reflect, and live in leisure. Like, every day doesn't have to be about business. Like, set goals, knock them goals out, but make sure you find some time for you and do the things that you want to do, what makes your heart sing. Yeah, I like that card. So then the following cards is the 3 of Emotions, which is the 3 of Cups. This is in reverse, and the final card is the Ace of Emotions. So I like that as a follow-up. I can see why sisterhood and friendship and loyalty is the energy of this second row. The second card here, which was the 3 of Emotions in reverse, which I said is the 3 of Cups. Now upright, this is wonderful news that's on the way. Announcements of engagements, pregnancies, births, graduations, things of that nature. New friends who are made, communities of like-minded people will draw closer to one another. Beginning of new beginnings and happy endings are just around the corner. But this is in reverse. So, you know, me, I need to clarify it. So we're going to go to a whole nother deck. Even though the Ace of Emotion may be my clarifier, I still want to add some cards. Is that the 3 of Cups in reverse? Which is a sense of like no happiness or not being content with something. So maybe in the pursuit of that 9 of Pentacles energy, things didn't go the way you wanted it to go. Maybe that's why the 3 of Cups in reverse is here. Yeah. Yeah, somebody because of their 9 of Pentacles energy, they're contemplating walking away from something that doesn't make them happy, or they have walked away from something that doesn't make them happy. Yeah, I know money is the motive though, because that card, I'm steady seeing that 10 of Pentacles try to pop out. Yeah, somebody's making the decision. This card just popped in my hand as I'm shoveling, so I gotta say it. Somebody's choosing to move on. Somebody's choosing to mentally get into a better place. Somebody is choosing to travel. Somebody's just about to get out of any and every releasing. Yeah, that first card. They have gone through the mental process. They now have the agility to release what is no longer serving them. Yeah. Last shuffle. Yeah. Somebody just paying attention now. They're going inward. They're going inward. Releasing whatever does not serve them. At the bottom of the deck is the Four Swords. You know, swords is thoughts. This person or this group of people here in this present energy is no longer trying to recover whatever they thought was. Or they're no longer in contemplation mode on something they were thinking about doing. And because that first card was about this manipulating energy that we're needing to release or walk away from or get out of our energy space, in the second deck we're actually doing that. So we're no longer in contemplation mode. Okay, that explains why I see the Ace of Emotions next. Then I'm going to take my 3 cards. Yep, got the 3 of Swords to go along with my 3 of Cups. That is definitely, I hate to say it, a 3-party relationship, but that doesn't necessarily have to be love. Like, oh yeah, 2 guys and a girl who has a guy and there's a 3rd guy. No, it doesn't have to be that. It could be the mother. It could be the auntie. It could be the sister. It could be anybody who has the same potential of influence in your life as your counterpart or the person that you're in this partnership with. And so the 3 cards we got was the 3 of Wands, which is my manipulator card. This person's hot-tempered. They're forceful with things, you know. They're very creative when their energy is upright. They're very charismatic. They tend to get along with a lot of people because of their charisma. But when their energy is in reverse, they are totally in pursuit of self. They're totally not thinking about anybody else but self, which is what makes them so hot-tempered when things don't go their way. Cards don't lie. The cards don't lie. And because of this energy, there has been this creation of misunderstandings and miscommunications. That's why we got this 3 of Swords here. Like, this is somebody choosing that they want to get away from that energy. Like, I'm tired of feeling like I'm being hurt. Like, why should I deal with being hurt? I don't have a reason to. I'm emotional. I'm an empath. Like, I feel everything. Like, you don't got to say nothing to me. That's what this card's screaming. You don't got to say nothing to me. I feel your energy. Enough said. I gotta go, bro. I gotta go, sis. Like, that's where we at. Which is why we got this Ace of Emotions as our final card in this second row. And the Ace of Emotions is announcing new emotional experiences. Like, somebody got this new thought. They got this new thought. Their heart is in the right place. And they have taken the time out to know what they want. What makes them happy. What's going to bring them peace. What's going to bring harmony in their life. And they are now ready to move forward in that energy. That's why that six of Swords, 6 of Wands. I think it was the 6 of Swords. The 6 of Swords card came out. Somebody is making that decision to move on, to get from chaotic water to calm water. So they can experience the peace and love that they are wanting in their life. Peace, love, harmony, joy. Yeah. So yeah, some of y'all gonna meet somebody. Y'all gonna meet somebody who's gonna make your heart flutter and make you feel all good, perhaps. For the ones that are in their lovey-dovey state, you might find the perfect business partner in this time period. Somebody who thinks just like you, who has similar goals, who will be a viable player in your overall game plan. That's what this card has going on for you. There's just a sense of a reawakening to something. Reawakening to self. Falling in love with self all over again for some of you guys. You know, especially if if your release was about leaving, or let's say a counterpart, a loved one behind, like, just loving on you. Like, that's your announcement to the world. Like, hey y'all, I love me. So guess what I think? This is where I want to go. This is what I want to create. And nobody can take that away from me, because that's my power. Yeah, I like this card. Your intuitive abilities may increase during this time too with this type of card. Yeah. Like, the person on this, it's a kid with 2 hearts holding hearts up, and they got a bow and arrow. Like, okay, now who I'm finna blow this motherfucker at? Who on it? Who want it? Because I'm ready. And I know that I am the God of my reality and I deserve what I want because I've done the grounding and the spiritual work. Who want this? Show yourself so I can go ahead and pop you with my my love arrow because I am love. I am the embodiment of love. I am the light. Because that's what children of the sun do. They embody the light. So, you know, there's a counterpart out there who's embodying the light as well. Go get your part. Let it go. Let that thing go. Let it go. Release. So yeah, great energy on this card. We got one more card left and then we're done. I say it quick, but of course these card readings are never quick. Okay, so our final card is the crane bag. And if you notice, these last two cards did come in upright, so that's great energy, you know, coming out of this moon, this lunar eclipse, or being in this lunar eclipse, just having this lunar eclipse. So yeah, so this bag is the declutter, like having choices. It's like the Seven of Cups, and but on a more high vibrational approach. Choosing what's best for your soul versus what you may want in this current moment. Having the power to declutter anything that does not serve that purpose. This is almost the same energy from the card that we had before when we got our clarifiers. So I guess this is just who you are now becoming. You're embodying that. There's no more just the thought of and knowing that that's the best idea. You're living that now. You're choosing to declutter. Getting rid of anything that does not serve that higher self. And I can appreciate that. And I said I was going to tie this into that first card, the Yamaya card that came out at the bottom of the deck. And the Yamaya card is like, that's my card of, like I said, that's Mother Earth. That is what birthed everything around us. Y'all saw that butterfly. That's what birthed everything around us. And it's a call to setting the example. It's a call for us to be the example that we are seeking in this world. So if you're seeking a place of peace, delight, happiness, harmony, being on one accord, understanding, non-judgmental, you have to embody that energy. You have to be that light for the world to see and choose to want to embody as well, because that's the only way that we grow as humans, as humanitarians. We have to be that example. And also, I would add, now that we did get now that I did think of that definition of Yamaya, if you're seeing 911 often, like on the clock, you wake up at 9:11 in the morning, you go to sleep at 9:11 at night, or you see 9:11 on the clock at any time, or on the back of a car, or whatever, where you see it often. That is what that number is telling you. That is the energies of number 9 and 2 ones being together. It is the call of stepping up. Like, you know what needs to be done. You know where your power lies. You know, because you have all the experiences to be able to relate to a mass amount of people out there who need to hear your story. I'm talking to the choir right now because I know I needed to hear this message. Somebody out there needs to hear your experiences so they don't have to burn their hands because they heard it from somebody who they resonate with. And they think, oh wow, you come so far, and you just have this whole beam of light, and you did this back in the day. You was around that back in the day. I don't believe it. No, yes, it was those experiences that has made you whole. But now it's time to declutter the programming of those experiences. It is now time to leave the programming of those experiences behind so that you can now embody the new light that has come. Like I always say, ain't no losses, only wins. It's only everything is a lesson. A lesson and a blessing, might I add. I don't care what the storyline is. Whatever your worst nightmare, your worst dream, whatever it is that you don't want to happen to you, there is a lesson and a blessing in that if it ever becomes your story. So declutter. Let that go. It happened. It happened. But you a boss now that you know about it. You've gotten the clarity that you need. You've went all the way through the experience to be a blessing and a lesson. You to learn from the lesson to be a blessing to the next individual. So release. So this is for those who don't have to release people. There's a group of people out there who just need to release old beliefs, old behaviors, old attitudes, things that does not work in this new world, this new age that many of us out here are trying to create. Yeah. I don't think I really need no clarifiers, but I wouldn't be right if I didn't do clarifiers for this one. I did all the other ones, and then we're done for today, for this week. Oh, by the way, I am doing free readings, and I will get you right on your natal chart information as well. So if this is something that you are interested in, my email address is Femini Empress Tarot@gmail.com. You can email me there asking for the details to those free readings, as well as natal chart information and any other questions. I'm totally open to that. Right now, I am on a spiritual journey, as the rest of you guys who are tuning in. So this is my way of giving back to the universe for all of my blessings as well. And yeah. Last shuffle. For a lot of y'all, abundance is on its way. Just keep going. Just keep going. Yeah. Go within. Just make sure y'all go within. Spend some time alone. So that you know why you need to release some of these things. Because a lot of y'all don't want to really declutter or release past programming of something that you know has to go. Whether that's a belief, attitude, person, place, whatever. Alrighty. Alright, so for a group of you out there, there's something that you were hoping was going to be a win-win type of situation, you know. However, because I got this card in reverse, this is the number 14 card, which reduces down to number 5, which has the energy of change being needed or change being done. And with it being reversed, the first thing that comes to mind is recognizing the power and strength in diversity and being around different, whether that's culture, attitudes, behaviors. Like, the only way to really learn about why someone does a certain thing is to actually take the time out to understand. And I know it's hard for many signs out there. Being an air sign, I'm mutable. I'm a Gemini, so it's just easy for me to see my side of the story and yours and totally be in 100% agreement with my own and not be bothered by yours. And being able to go to and embody the fact that I can see how you feel that way, but I don't. Like, everybody don't have that dual holistic way of processing information. So because that's not happening here, whatever it is that you were working towards, whether it was a personal relationship or a business relationship, where there was a need of blending ideas of different people. Yeah. So one of the things that the card, I know this card says, is by blending the ideas of other people with your own, you can often come up with a solution that's magnificent, but it's in reverse. And that's because that energy isn't being embodied. Yeah. And the advice that the card gives is, first we have to start by focusing on the aspects that everyone agrees upon. That everyone agrees upon. And always be open to compromise and working together. Stay in balance. Working and seeking out a moderate approach. Because that's what a win-win situation is like. And the reason why we got this in reverse is because none of this is happening. Everybody is operating, or a lot of people, or one person. You know, you guys, accountability is necessary when you're trying to find solutions in situations like this. And right now, the reason why this situation is not a win-win solution is because nobody's wanting to compromise. Everybody is wanting to do things based on what they want, and not what's best for the collective. So that was at the bottom of the deck. So the three cards that came out, though, is the Messenger of Abundance, which was the first card that I saw that made me even say that I feel like it's money on the way. Like, y'all working towards something. So yeah, like this is wonderful news in regards to a new job. So some of you guys may be getting a new job soon. Some of you guys may be promoted within your job. Someone may be starting a new business venture. Some of you guys may get accepted into a new school, a new organization, something that you have maybe been working towards for a very long time, and now your opportunity's here. And yeah, there's no doubt that you're ready to do whatever this is. Even if it seems challenging, it's gonna be fulfilling. Like, that's the energy that this card gives. Like, she has this power to herself, this lady. She's like totally in sync with herself. Like, she's a magician in her own life. This could be you. Whoever this is, they're youthful, they're optimistic, very clever. They have this energy force that when they walk into a room, you feel it. They don't really have to say much. You just feel it. And you get drawn into this person's energy. Like, you want to know more. Who are you? So that may be why that call to power of 911 is here. Because there is places that the universe wants to take you. And there are many people who are going to be tuned into this light that you so easily possess. And the universe needs to make sure, needs to know that you are going to be the example for the millions of people who are going to be tuned in to the energy that you naturally have. And it's not until, I'm sorry, my car flew away. It's not until you possess that power. It's not until you express that natural power that you have and become that example for the world to see. It's not until that moment where this moment of abundance will come. But I think it's here. It's here now. Because you're ready to be that example. You are no longer willing to live behind facades of what the world wants you to be. You're totally content and fulfilled with self. This is the energy of embodying self-love. Knowing when to sacrifice. and release. It's all a part of that power, that natural power that we possess. We just have to stay confident and secure and knowing that the answers are already here. They're already within. We just need to know when to quiet our minds and listen. Because nature is always responding. Numbers, animals, the birds, the butterflies. You've been seeing dragonflies. Those have wonderful meanings. We have big changes that are happening on our planet right now. And there's a lot of leaders out there that are being called to power. And, you know, I'm not really into religion, but as the Bible even said, God always used the drunkard, the thief, the person that you least expect to be the vessel of change for many. So there's a lot of you guys that have been taking out the time to do the spiritual work and grounding with yourself. And now it's time to release those programs. They were only there to teach you the lessons so that you now can be a blessing. And with them being the blessing to the rest of the world, there's always abundance. You will always be taken care of. The universe will make sure of it. So it's time for us to be leaders, guys. Yeah. It's time for us to be leaders. I think that's a great way to end this. Yeah. I'm gonna use this card at the bottom of the deck. I do want to read this card. So, I mean, underneath the win-win situation that was in reverse, I'm gonna read that last card. Never done. Healer of action. This is a time when you can do whatever you set your mind to, if your heart is open. You're being asked to do many things at once. You won't mind as long as you know that you're making a difference. This card indicates someone who's loving, intelligent, passionate, and fun, which can definitely describe you or someone that you know. This person can handle difficult situations with grace. May we all know her. Yeah. So, do what your soul desire. Not what the rest of society thinks you should be doing. Everybody has their opinion. They're entitled to it. Love them and forgive them anyways. Okay? Yes, it's your girl, Femini Empress. And you know where you can find me. You can find me on Facebook. Right now, I operate under my personal page, which is Shantae Renee. That's SHANTA space RENEE. And my spiritual name is Femini Empress. And I can be found on YouTube at Femini Empress Tarot. That's FEMINI Empress Tarot. And also tune into my podcast. All you gotta do is go into Google and put in Femini Empress Tarot, and it's on all major networks, iTunes, Spotify, etc. So I'm gonna do a podcast probably later on today because I'm loving the energy that's being expressed. And if you listen, the Blue Jays are agreeing with me. So I'm gonna do a podcast based off of this energy. And also, you know, I always want to talk about the power of thought, and I also want to tune into this massive, amazing shift that's taking place on this planet, man. Like, I don't know if y'all feel it. Like, I know we listen to people talk about retrogrades, and you're like, oh, let's go high. Things are like, nah, man. Like, this is that fight back. Like, this is that time to be like, say who, say when, say how. Nah, not if I ain't say it. Because I'm a boss. I create my reality. I do what I want. Nobody has to live with the consequences of my decisions but me. So, Anyways, I rant all day. That's for my podcast, not for these readings. So thank you for tuning in to Femini Empress. And I will see you back again next week. Make sure you share, comment, subscribe, and more power to our journey.